p.m. We're live on YouTube, X, Twitch, and Facebook. We're in a little timeout over on TikTok, apparently, because of hate speech. So we're in a little timeout till tomorrow for using the R word. Yes. Yes, it was rutabaga. I said it, and I'm not ashamed. I'll say it again. It's crazy like that. So I'm going to be reading the chat on YouTube, X, and Facebook. I mean the Twitch chat if, all two of you watching. So what's up, brothers? And the 5 beautiful ladies watching, what is up? How are you all? Is crypto all a scam? Because it's easy for it to feel that way. A lot of gambling, a lot of pump and dumps. I just can't help but think that a lot of the culture in crypto, it's pretty fake and gay. And I think long-term holding, investing, believing in something has fallen by the wayside. That's what I'm here for. I'm here rooting for us, the believers, and for anyone that's not with what I'm trying to say, long-term holding. I really don't want you here. I want you to go ahead and leave the channel. Do not subscribe. We got like Rick and Morty interdimensional cable, and you can flip through a bajillion channels. You can go find somebody else. But if you want to get recreationally outraged and, keyboard warrior, go ahead actually, because it does help the algorithm. Do whatever you want to do to make yourself feel better. Just know that when you go home to your boyfriend at night, you gay. Cryptomatic, what's up, dude? Pulsechain is a joke. You're a joke. Hex Wizard says Hex is the way. And you know what? You know what I'm going to do for you? My sad, sad little boy. Home to your boyfriend. Oh, wait. Maybe you're not a troll. No, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to hide you from this channel so you never have to see me again. If I do block you, it is a favor that I'm doing you. I'm allowing you to really just figure yourself out. Because clearly you're spending your time online getting mad at randos. And it just doesn't work, boys. I want the best for everyone. Believe it or not, I don't really have anger. I don't really have grudges against anybody. I just feel like sometimes a little disgusted by what I see out there. Sometimes a little sad because I realize how lost everybody is. And it's not like I have all the answers. It's not like any of us have all the answers. But there are people very desperate to believe in someone. People say believe in something, but what they want is to believe in someone. All my friends, my cult members watching, it's a community. But hey, if you want to call us a cult, go ahead. Long-term minded crypto investors that are delusional bulltards enough to believe that Pulsechain might actually come back. Hex Wizard says Sognor is gay. Don't worry, I have just liberated Sognor from this earthly realm, from this digital realm. It's all made up. None of this is real. It's on the internet. You're mad about something, close the screen. Oh no, someone's saying something mean online. Turn it off. Go outside. It's beautiful. Beautiful summer day outside. Cryptomatic, thank you for being here, sir. F the haters. I don't really think about them too much. Like, they know not what they do. NPCs, programmed for the rage bait, programmed to log in. It's funny. I think X is like interdimensional cable from Rick and Morty. It's hilarious. You can see everything under the sun. Every different type of clown, including me. Every dancing monkey out there. I'm dancing for you guys. Pulsechain. Hex. Best community. Community is the asset. That's right. Hex Wizard. Tommy69 is back in the house. Welcome back, Tommy. Marcus Runyon says, we are here. Best community in crypto. Hey, bro, I'm in this cult for sure to the moon. It's good to see you guys. Great to see you in the chat. Greg Coyote says, I've been a holder of Hex when it was a great opportunity. I was fortunate enough to get in before the big payday. Me too. I was fortunate enough to get in before that as well. However, got killed on Z Pulse ZK pulsechain. Oh yeah, the pulsechain. Well, ever since the pulsechain release, we've been going down. We did go up in 2024. Let's not forget we did a couple of X's. A couple other coins did double digit, triple digit X's maybe. But not many. It's been hard. Hello, Change OG. Marcus Runyon win 5K ETH. You know, I'm known for being, well, I know myself for being overly optimistic. But when I get let down, it doesn't really bother me too much because the optimism overpowers. Like, you can be optimistic without being too attached to the outcome. And so if I say, oh, it seems like it's possible that 5K ETH can come this year, but then it doesn't happen, I'm not going to interpret that in anything more than I'm just guessing. But it could. Look at Tom Lee accumulating 5% of the Ethereum supply. He wants that 5%. He's almost there. What do I do with PLS? Oh, there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can stake it. You can buy other coins. You can look at DeFi protocols. We've got fiat.io for borrowing and lending. We've got all kinds of different DeFi stuff. Most of the time what people do is they just hold it and they buy other coins with it. They buy it on pulsex.com. Cryptomatic says, I'm still here DCAing. I don't care how long it takes. Things are rough right now, but I believe they'll eventually turn around. Yes, they will, Cryptomatic. And thank you for holding down those lovely beats over on Twitch, sire. Everybody, if you want to subscribe to DJ Cryptomatic, he's like our Hex resident DJ. And he's actually pretty good. Just give him a follow. Hex Wizard says, buy Hex with PLS. How do I stake PLS? Good question. Well, it's the same way you stake Ethereum. It's almost the exact same way that you would stake Ethereum. Let me pull up the screen for you here. Now, vouch.run might be more your speed, because if you're not technical or if you don't want to worry about keeping your power up, getting a backup battery, making sure the power stays on, making sure your internet stays connected. Maybe you live in a spot where the internet goes out sometimes. Vouch.run is liquid staking, kind of like Lido or Rocket Pool, but on Pulse Chain. So you'll earn 10% APY if you stake your Pulse here in this app right here. It's pretty straightforward. You put your Pulse in, you get VPLS back. And that VPLS is always just slightly going up ever so slightly relative to Pulse. Or if you want to help actually decentralize the network, you can have a dedicated machine. You can get like an Intel NUC or just even an old laptop, as long as it's got a couple terabytes of storage. You plug it in, you run two programs. You run the beacon chain, and then you run the execution client, which is Go Pulse, and then Lighthouse or Prism. So you got Aragon and Geth, or Go Pulse. That's your execution client. And then you've got Lighthouse or Prism, which are your two options for your beacon chain consensus client. And you can run those on command line by just following David Feeder. If you want to go to validatorstore.com, I should tell you guys about this. If you actually want to do it the self-sovereignty way where you own everything, you don't have to worry about smart contract risk. Like if you're worried about these guys and saying, well, I don't know what they're doing. What if they mess it up? Totally valid point. Totally valid question. What if, you don't know where all their stuff is at? You don't know what hardware they're running or where it is. A lot of people don't care, and I do believe that these guys are here to stay. We had two other liquid staking protocols, and they've all... No, wait, the other one that's also really good, I should say the other one is Validator X. And Validator X is really cool too. So go to, let me get you the website for this one too. And I'll tell you why it's so good. vx.plusx.app. This one's cool because you can actually route your validator rewards to go and buy and burn another token. So think about what you could do with that. Just to pump a coin for fun. Just for funsies. But then, of course, the last most thorough option is David Feeder, Validator Store. Restore from seed words. I mean, this is how you actually do it. It tells you about the hardware. You can even buy the hardware kit. I don't even think you need this much hardware, but it's like $1,000 or $2,000. And you might already have something like this. But yeah, boys. We are We dollar cost average today, $50 into pulsechain today. $50 unis into pulsechain. Doesn't feel good, but that's when it feels like you should. When it's not good, that's when you should. And I recently, what else? What else is going on today? Had a nice workout. We did some crunches, some leg press, a little bit of kettlebell squats, a little bit of machine press, tricep pull downs, pull ups, bar pull ups. So feeling pretty good. Stretch afterwards. Nice feeling loosey goosey. Then there was a Chick-fil-A sandwich in the break room. There was a Chick-fil-A sandwich in the break room. I chucked it in the microwave. I realized that the paper had foil on it, and it started sparking up. Burned it. So we're retard maxing today, boys. That's for sure. Foil does not go in the microwave. It goes on your head. It goes on your hat. Anybody else burn a Chick-fil-A sandwich today? Anybody else like chewing an ice cube every now and then? I know you're not supposed to, but I'm feeling a little naughty. Give us some hopium coffee. Haha. I am a dealer of hopium, as you know. As you know, I think, imagine a scenario where the Clarity Act gets passed before August. And okay, prepare to be let down by this. Every time I give you some hopium, prepare for it not to come true. That way, if it does, it's just like, holy crap. You know? Clarity Act goes through, midterm season ends. Maybe we get a little pumperoni in October. Ethereum breaks its all-time high before the end of the year. Everybody's in disbelief. Pulsechain being a leverage play on Ethereum. By early 27, we could have Sacrifice ETH mysteriously lighting that spark. I'm just guessing, but the feeling that people are going to have, we have to really visualize this feeling that people have when they can't feel it now because they can't manifest and visualize anything because their imagination is destroyed by social media, by doom scrolling. We're taking in so many opinions that we can't, like, that's why all your best thoughts are in the shower, because it's forced meditation. You're forcing yourself to sit in the shower and just think about stuff. And that's why you have creative thoughts in the shower. But a lot of people are kind of telling themselves a story that the way things are now are the way that they're always going to be. It's called permanence bias. It's called, that's what the bias is. Permanence bias. People think we live in a vacuum. Times are bad, but they're never bad forever. The only constant is change. The only fact is that we're in a cycle. Not only in crypto, but in life. There's cycles within cycles. Hell, women understand this. Women understand cycles. They go through a cycle every month. Men maybe have a harder time. Giga Mining says teddy bear emoji. Greg Coyote says, I would buy, but I already got hammered by the big donation to receive. Pulse and PulseX, nothing made much. Not yet. Greg Coyote, my bags are also down 90+%. And I bought more. Guys, I bought over a year's salary for some people. A lot more in 2024, waiting for that blow off top. When pulsechain was back up near sacrifice prices, it was about just below, I think, 0.007. So that was a pretty trash purchase. I sure wish I had that now instead of then. What are we going to do? Sit around and ruminate? Go to therapy? Therapy where you pay somebody to ruminate about your feelings. It's going to be all right, boys. The only constant is change. The only way out is through. Fear not. Did you know more? The most common quote in the Bible, more so than like believe in God or anything like that, is be not afraid. Like the Bible wants you to be not afraid. We're going to make it, boys. And 5 women watching. Thomas says, when it's not good, then you should. Sounds a bit gay to me. Maybe that was a big gay. Hex Wizard says I jogged to the fridge. Tommy says going to ask for the special tonight to my girlfriend, and I will use your quote. Not everything that comes out of my mouth is gospel, certainly. Hex Wizard says smoke and deal on that chicken Sammy. Yeah, Chick-fil-A likes to put tin foil on their wrappers. They're the only fast food I know. Well, I guess Wendy's does that too. McDonald's doesn't do that. See, McDonald's, good old Mickey D's, is microwave safe. And that is the American way, folks. Microwave safe. ETH update and Trump dancing along with Vitalik. Can you imagine? We need Vitalik back up on stage. We need Vitalik wearing the bear outfit. Whatever that was. His rainbow unicorn shirt. we need that. That's what we need back. Marcus Runyon says, in my state of Illinois, they have implemented a 2% tax on cryptocurrency. You know, I'm from the state of Illinois. I'm from the beautiful city of Chicago. And let me tell you something. There's a couple, it was a 0.2% tax, first of all. Not 2, it was a 0.2. And it was immediately repealed. But Charlie Pritzker, the fat idiot, he's a fat idiot. Clearly doesn't understand that that law is not, for one, it's not enforceable. For two, it's unconstitutional. Because they can't, it would require them to do unwarranted search and seizure of your assets because it demonstrates a fundamental misunderstanding of what crypto really is. That's like saying, hey, every time you give your friend a Pokemon card, we get one of your Squirtle cards. Every time you give someone a Charmander, we get one of your Squirtles. But, you know, you have to give it to us. Makes no fucking sense. So, Mr. Pritzker, I doubt you're watching. But he clearly has no idea what's going on in cryptocurrency. And immediately, there was a legal response to this. A bunch of lawyers got together. They said, if this goes through, we're going to fight back hard because this is the most authoritarian tax law in the history of the USA. Because you're taxing private property, really. And then, very soon, I come to find out that tax is actually not going through. Tommy says we live in a simulation, so the most funny outcome will come true. What's the most funny outcome, though? What is the most funny outcome? I wonder. Think the Clarity Act will be finalized by end of the month? Everybody's pushing for it. Really, everybody in Congress seems to be pushing for getting that stuff together by August 7th. We've got about just under 1 month now. I'm not betting on the government being fast or efficient, but we have to realize that the Clarity Act has been marked up several times. They've been meeting about it for over a year. And a lot of the law enforcement issues, a lot of the people that previously opposed it, the banking sector, they've all come around because they've got the laws that they want. They got the compromises they want. Coinbase can't give yield at a 4% rate without special stipulations. Law enforcement still gets to do search and seizure, I guess, or some. What worries me about the Clarity Act is that developer protections are not very strong. They're not weak or strong. They just don't exist very much. So there was nothing carved out specifically for protecting developers, as far as I know. I might be wrong. I haven't really did a deep dive into it. 87 license says nice. Nice. Me too, Coffee. What neighborhood? Oh, I've lived all over the place, Technobabble. I lived in West Loop, South Loop, Lincoln Park, Lakeview. I would move around a lot. Ranch Triangle. You know, Ranch Triangle. Not many people have heard of that one. The suburbs. I know Chicago pretty darn well. Oh, River North, Streeterville. I had a little bougie phase where I lived in Streeterville. John Sexton says, will Hex reach $1? Very possible. You didn't ask when will it reach $1, though. Could take a while. It might take till 2035. Let me ask you this. If Hex hits $1 in 2035, would you hold it? If you knew looking forward that it would definitely hit $1. But nothing is guaranteed, friends. Nothing is guaranteed. Hex Wizard says tax is a scam. Tommy says my guilty pleasure is Carlos Matos EDM mix. I need this kind of energy for pulsechain. Yeah. I don't think I've heard the Carlos Matos EDM mix. Hex Wizard says hopefully they get it done before midterm elections at least. In my opinion, we can still pump without the Clarity Act. But the Clarity Act gives these banks this kind of permission to start shilling crypto to normie retail. And they know this, and that's why they know it's such a big deal. That's why they know they've got to pack their bags. That's why you see, Goldman Sachs predicting all-time highs. Morgan Stanley telling everybody to get 5% of their portfolio into crypto. BlackRock launching IBIT, whatever, ETFs. iShares, Bitcoin, and Ethereum ETFs, all the big guys. There's like 7 institutional ETFs right now. Everybody's gearing up for what they know is about to happen. But they move at the speed of legacy finance. They don't move quickly. They're not like crypto guys where they're moving every day quickly. Oh, Bridgeport. Nice. Bridgeport, baby. How you doing? How's Bridgeport over there these days? Tommy69 says, I live in the original Brooklyn. Carlos Matos is the BitConnect shot. I know Carlos Matos, bro. Somebody once called me the Carlos Matos of Hex in the early days. And I was like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you. I could only hope to be as well known as him one day. But not for those reasons. Not for those reasons. See, everybody thinks Hex is dead. Everybody wrote it off. They think it's dead, but they cannot kill, after 99% down, a community that refuses to die. The community is the asset. The code's not going anywhere. It can't be shut off, even if they tried. Even if Mr. Hart got hit by a bus. God forbid. So, a lot of people in the meantime, they don't believe in anything, right? They're gambling. I've been observing the trenches. I've been participating in a little Solana degeneracy. To be honest with you guys, it doesn't feel good. It feels like gambling. And it just feels like very fake. Everybody's very desperate. Oh, I hope this one guy tweets out the contract address. Oh, this one guy, he's streaming every day, but he's just streaming video games. Like, what? These are our heroes? It's like we've got into this dark corner where, because no one believes in anything, they just want to believe in somebody for 2 weeks and then get mad when the coin inevitably dumps and they buy high and sell low. Their heroes become the villains in a fortnight. How quickly the heroes become villains in crypto. You know why there's a lot of like drug addicts in crypto, I think, is because their gambling mentality is the same dopamine rush that the drugs give. And I can say this from experience too. I've done the drugs. I've done them. But I never got super hooked on gambling. I don't know why. Like when I go to Las Vegas, I see it. Maybe I'll play a couple hands of blackjack or whatever, but I just never got super into the gambling. And that's why I'm still here trying to say long-term holding and believe in something. Because what happened with everybody else is they say, well, this is taking too long. I mean, look at what's really happening. This is taking too long. I'm going to make my own meme coin. I'm just going to pump and dump because everything's taking too long. And that guy did it, and that guy did it. And Crypto Coffee had Top Hat, which, by the way, I do have a plan. Top Hat's going to be my final thank you to all you when we actually do pump. To my hardcore believers. Imagine somebody pumps the crap out of Top Hat after everybody forgets about it. Just for shits and giggles. Because they can. Because they made 100x on their bags. My final hoorah. My kiss you goodbye. You told yourself a story somewhere along the way that you couldn't long-term hold. And I did too. But I do have a plan. One final thank you to the believers. So, you can always go gamble. And you can have a 90-10 or a 99%, 1% gambling stack. By the way, I mean 1% in the gambling, or 10% in the gambling. But let's call it what it is. Now we got KOLs. Ansem is sending cryptic messages to his other, whatever, KOLs. Of which I suppose I am one. But if that's all you think crypto is, if you like prediction markets, if all you like is meme coins and prediction markets, this channel is not for you. Go follow somebody else. I'm going to do you a favor right now. We need you to leave so that our people can win harder. We need you to leave if all you want to do is gamble. Now, we do have Pump.Tires. We do. It's cool. If they ever do live streaming, I'll probably live stream on Pump.Tires. Because it's a little fun. It's like, hey, here's where the eyeballs are at. Let's go stream in the theater where all the eyeballs are watching. But it's so hated to say long-term holding. Everybody's going to hate you for believing in something right now. I know my followers understand. I know that people in our community deeply understand the hate that you get for believing in something after it dropped 99%. It's the meme of going up against the crowd and saying, yes, you're all wrong. The number one thing we fear more than death itself is being judged by our peers. That's why public speaking is more of a fear than death itself for human beings. It's not the public speaking, it's the being judged by our peers, because back in the tribe, if we did something wrong, there would literally be a council of our fellow cavemen Neanderthals, and they would look around and they would judge us as to whether or not we'd be banished to the Badlands, which obviously meant a death far worse than just getting bashed in the head with a rock. A very slow and painful death is what it was. That's why we're afraid of public speaking. That's why we're afraid to go against the herd. But you got to risk it for the biscuit. Today I risked it for the Chick-fil-A biscuit. And I risked it for the Chick-fil-A biscuit. And I did not get what I wanted. I got a fire in a microwave. And in a way, I guess that's what happened in crypto. We risked it for the biscuit, but it had tin foil on the wrapper. Oops. Oopsie. Hex says, Hex is a sleeping giant, Hex Wizard says. I couldn't agree more. Did you know that Andrew Tate's crypto investing course mentions Hex in the course? Not once. Not twice. Not even thrice. 4 times. 4 times. No. It's funny because what they try to get you to do in the crypto investing course is sell everything. They try to say, no matter what you're holding right now, it's all trash, sell it all, start over. And this is actually usually pretty sound advice. But the pulsechain community is built different. We're a special breed of bulltard that from the initial paradigm, it was crafted off of believing in something and long-term holding. And this ideology was basically just taken from not only Bitcoin, but any successful investor ever. Any successful life endeavor has to do with delaying gratification, putting something off now so you can have more in the future. I can give you 1 marshmallow now, or you could have 2 marshmallows in the future. And they did a longevity study on this, a longitudinal study. It was Stanford, the marshmallow test. The kids that chose the 1 marshmallow now, they didn't end up as successful 20, 30 years later versus the kids that chose no marshmallows now, but 2 marshmallows in 15 minutes. And that ability of man, that's what separates us from primates, is the ability to think like that, to plan ahead, storing food for the winter, digging a little hole, drying out the meat, putting salt on it. No, you know there's going to be a hard winter, so store up what you can. You know, live frugally, be sparing, because you might not get to hunt for another couple months, couple years. I mean, human beings survived an ice age. Think about that. We literally went underground. Darren Kuyu in Turkey, look this up, to survive what some people think was a global cataclysm. A global cataclysm, like, imagine lightning storms coming down from the sky for weeks on end because there was a magnetic pole flip and nobody knew what happened. So they went underground. Perhaps the meek inherited the earth. Perhaps. Acid Thunder says, those who don't believe in anything just want you to trade. They do, and they pretend. They'll spin their little stories. Look at that guy. What a fool for believing in something. You should come over here. Join my group. Join my group where we're pumping and dumping, boys. Hex Wizard says, I've done the drugs too. Yes. I've done the drugs. 87 License said, would I like to live in Mexico? They say it's incredible. Mexico City seems all right. It seems cheap. And it does seem a little dangerous. A gringo like me, my Spanish is not bad, by the way. Estoy aprendiendo. But, you know, I think Asia is actually even cheaper. I've really been thinking about just, you know, fucking off to Thailand. Not to go do drugs, not to go find myself, none of that weird gay stuff. But just to live for like $500 a month. Pretty well, pretty dang well. You can go there, you can get a nice villa for like less than $1,000 a month. Sounds all right. Maybe train some Muay Thai, get back into that. Can you imagine training Muay Thai with the actual Thai guys? That'd be pretty sick. I bet they're amazing. Jacob Nozica says, I can make a limit order on Liberty Swap 505555 price. I don't think you can make a limit order. That we do have a platform where you can do limit orders, and it is called, oh my god, what is it called? Hey, if anybody remembers, can you help our brother out here, Jacob? Because we do have a limit order platform, and it just makes you a limit order on PulseX or something, but I don't think Liberty Swap has limit orders right now. I know somebody in the chat probably remembers. Drop that in the chat for Mr. Jacob here. Cash says, hi, future millionaires. Holy cow, dude, you can't even spell millionaire? He said millionaires. Like a verb. It's like I millioned. I hope I million one day. Just kidding. Perhaps I already have. Hex Wizard says 99% down is an opportunity, is how I look at it. I got a primo position because of it. There's two types of people in this world, Hex Wizard. There's people like you that say 99% down is an opportunity. And there's people that say 99% down is an obvious scam. That's why I say we need to be retarded here. We need to be highly, highly retarded to even think this. Delusional optimism. And only in hindsight will it look like genius. And again, this stream is not for the non-believers. This is not for the people that want to trade pump and dumps, that want to go gamble. I'm tired of it because I'm a bit disgusted in my own tendency to go chase shitcoins. I am a bit disgusted. Because I'm like, what are we doing here, boys? What are we doing? We're chasing some guy named, I don't know, not Ansem. I don't want to pick on him, but we're arguing about who has motion. None of these freaking guys have motion. Like, they're not Kanye West. They're not Elon Musk. Like, these are the most micro-famous. I'm the most micro-famous person among a tiny little niche of internet nerds, which I include myself in that. It's not a diss or anything. I'm proud of that. But it's like, man, we're just, it's a desperation. It's a desperation that I don't like to see in myself. And we judge in others what we judge in ourselves, right? At the end of the day, the only reason that I will judge somebody else is because I do not like that aspect of myself. I'll confront that aspect, hopefully. But I do not like, you know, hatred, anger, weakness, desperation. Hex Wizard said, everyone that left knows the way back. That is a very good point. They remember. Peppered Farm remembers. Everybody that does feel the sting, those same emotional sellers will become emotional buyers on the way up. People don't realize this. This is an absolute fact. Look at any successful coin. Look at how people come crawling back. That classic video, oh, I shouldn't have sold my Hex, man. Shouldn't have sold my Hex, man. That guy went viral in Hex. You got the same guys in Ethereum. You got the same guys in Bitcoin. You hear the same stories all the time. I shouldn't have sold my XYZ. You know that famous Bitcoin quote? I shouldn't have sold my Bitcoin at 50 cents. Now they're $8. Oh no, I shouldn't have sold at 50 cents. Now it's $8. Guess what? Now it's $80,000. Ah. You really think that pulsechain is going to be another Bitcoin? Yes. And I'm tired of pretending I don't. Insert Joker meme. NJ Dub says 9-inch switch, probably more IDK. Angela says, what's up with the sacrifices? Are they still valid? Yeah, I mean, if you sacrificed a while back, then you should have gotten coins credited to whatever address you sacrificed from. Angela, if you're just checking in now after the last 4 years, God bless you, because you missed a lot of drama. Bless your soul. But yeah, I mean, look at whatever address. And by the way, guys, this is a stream for you, for the people. Like, ask me any questions you might have. I'll do my best to answer. We could talk about anything here. Doesn't even have to be crypto. It doesn't even have to be crypto. Oh yeah, switch.win. That's right. Switch.win. Shout out to Brandon, Rags to Riches, switch.win. We are the dog in the fire meme. That's right, Tommy. This is fine. Just sitting there with your coffee. This is fine. Oh, matcha.xyz. Well, yeah, that's for Ethereum, right? That's a good limit order platform for Ethereum. But for pulsechain, I think you're right. Switch.win has it. Hexalot says, what's happening, Coffee? Glad you're still here, bro. Thank you, Hexalot. Hopefully these losers get lost. I want the best. I want everybody to win. But everybody won't win. Everybody can't. People can win, but not everyone. I used to be more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, you could say. But look, we've got what we need to win. We've got the community. We've got the founder. We've got the belief. We've got Richard Hart, the founder, never selling a coin, provably on chain. And not only that, buying the coins, buying $20 million in 2024. This happened. It's on chain. You can't argue about this. This is proof. Now he can do it anonymously. The element of surprise. Maybe you're afraid that he's not going to do it again. I get it. But does he even need to? The mindshare, we can't discount the engagement that Hex and pulsechain got. When it launched, Ivan on Tech sacrificed like 40 G's for it. Ran, covered it. Mason vs. Lewis covered it. Altcoin Daily covered it. These are the biggest accounts, millions of followers in all of crypto, and they all covered pulsechain. So all it needs to do is that first 10x, that let's get back to recovery, whatever it looks like, a V-shaped bottom. That'd be pretty epic, a V-shaped bottom, and then everybody comes crawling out of the woodwork. Oh, I believed the whole time. I believed the whole time. I was always here. A lot of people might have to make a new X account. I predict a lot of people are going to have to make a new account. Hex Wizard says, anyone still here deserves the win to come. I think everybody deserves to win. Everybody deserves to win. But I want you to believe that about yourself. I really do. Even if you hate pulsechain, if you hate Hex, like, you still deserve a win. But not just for doing nothing, not just for sitting around all day. If you put in the work, if you put in the effort to anything at all, if you can focus and not get caught up in a million different narratives trying to fight for your attention, then after a couple of years, 3, 4, 5 years, consistency, yeah, you probably deserve a win. But if you're being honest with yourself and you haven't really done much and you're kind of just sitting around, doom scrolling through Twitter, chasing, what is the old quote? The fox that chases 2 rabbits catches none. The fox that chases 2 rabbits catches none. It's a very male trait to be obsessively focused on one thing for a long time. I'll say masculine because women have masculine energy too. Do I watch the World Cup? I didn't watch much of it. I saw Iraq lose against France. I saw a couple of the early ones. And of course, the clips from Egypt. What do we think about the Egypt refs? Were the referees really out to get them? Like, is the world... I don't want to believe that the World Cup is rigged. Like, I'm sure many of you, like, people in politics, we want to believe that we have a fair system. Some of those referee calls made it kind of look like, well, if I wanted to rig a game, if I've got a lot of money riding on Argentina, well then, this referee, how much money is he making per year? 400K, 300K a year? Maybe he's the most highly paid ref. What if I pay him $2 million and then I just go long on Argentina and guarantee the win and close the gap? There was a documentary about the old NBA championship being rigged that one year in the 90s, I think. I don't know if it was the Bulls in the 90s or one of the other teams, but it does happen. You know, the Mafia got involved. The Mafia got involved in the NBA championship. Money corrupts. Money can be corrupting. So if money gets involved in sports too much, which it obviously is, like sports has become a lot of gambling as well. Hans says, who are the important hexagons and pulsachons now? Who's important? I guess it's whoever you think is important. I don't really focus on like other people, what they're doing all the time. Like, I think what I'm doing matters. I'm going to keep doing it. Anybody that makes you feel anything, anybody that can move you in some way, make you think about something different, put together a logical argument, maybe a thesis. Sometimes I try to do that. I try to put together a little thesis about why, I still am so bullish. Has anything been invalidated? No. Important is relative. It's all in the eye of the perceiver. Jacob says, can't wait for Hex Island. Well, we might have to import some girls over to Hex Island because it sounds like a sausage fest. If PulseX becomes one of the most valuable crypto projects ever, what will people realize in hindsight that almost everyone is overlooking today? That's a pretty good question, Marcus Runyon. If PulseX becomes the most valuable crypto project ever, I think people in hindsight will realize that it was obvious that utility should be designed in a way that benefits the actual holders. Should be designed in a way that gives people financial incentive to be an unofficial affiliate. So a coin with a buy and burn function. Did you notice that after PulseX launched, it became very, very popular to add buy and burn functions into everything, especially on pulsechain. But one of the biggest large-scale projects that kind of popularized the concept of a buy and burn was PulseX. Even Uniswap now, they're debating when they're going to turn on their buy and burn. They looked at the idea. The idea is obviously very logically sound because it's automated buy pressure, and you could have virtual ownership in the casino, in the trading platform. So I buy a little bit of PulseX. I now have a financial incentive to shill PulseX because it doesn't matter what people trade. It's buying and burning my coin if I generate volume. So it's kind of like when you buy a stock and you say nice things about the stock because you want it to go up. But in this case, because we all know these things go up on Metcalfe's law, you have more of an incentive to try to get people on board because the more people that trade, it directly monetizes the price. It directly feeds back into the price of PLSX. I think buy and burn utility, if PulseX becomes super crazy 1000x ROI, everyone's going to be like, oh, of course. Buy and burn, it was so obvious. Utility, utility that actually gets people to participate. Who is my crypto coffee? Thanks for all you do. I'm not sure who I am to you exactly, Timmy Pot, but I get inspired by people from time to time. I don't watch a whole lot of content anymore. The last inspirational person I saw was this guy talking about retard maxing. I don't even really watch a whole lot of podcasts. Like, no, I don't watch Joe Rogan or whatever. I think Theo Vaughn is pretty great. I love Theo Vaughn. I think he's like one of the realest people ever. I'm inspired by him. It's rigged for sure, they say. Everything is rigged, says Tame. Egypt got robbed. It does look that way. Now look, all I saw were clips, and I know what people like to do. They like to take clips out of context and mash them together and make a story. But I mean, I saw with my own eyes that, yeah, it looked pretty rigged, boys. I'm just gonna say it. It looked pretty rigged. Egypt's coach is a bully. He is a bad loser. Huh. Interesting take. I don't really know much about the coach. Hey, Tam Tam, good to see you too. Thank you for still being here. Get your first tech job, says which part of Puerto Rico am I in? I'm not doxing myself, sir. In fact, yeah, I can't dox myself. Tommy says, yeah, I'm sure you're a fine person. But you just never know with these crazy loon birds out here, these lunatics. Tommy says, for me, I get my daily dose of dopamine from Liberty Swap at this moment. Can we just take a moment of silence to respect whoever is running the Twitter account at Liberty Swap, the amount of energy they have? And I think to myself, maybe that would be easier to say all this wild stuff if I was faceless. Because they say some stuff where it's like, we're pegging to $1 tomorrow. And it's like, okay, obviously it's not true, but it's also tongue-in-cheek. A lot of it's tongue-in-cheek. And I do too. I love Liberty Swap team. I love a lot of the builders are really resilient, really building cool stuff. KG, Internet Money, Switch.win, SwitchX.fi. Did I say Pateus already? We got a new blockchain scanner. We got people building genuinely useful stuff. Tons of yield farms. Emit.farm. There's so much I'm blanking on right now. We've got a whole bunch of dashboards like pulsechain stats, like all this hex. Actuator.finance, Hedron. I think you got Alex from Hedron making a new project, Capybara. Tim's Tapper says, build up to 116 T-shares at the moment. Currently 3.5 million hex. Solid chunk of hex, sir. 200k tokens per quarter release for almost 5 years. Imagine if it's even 10 cents, right? It's 10 cents, that's 20k per quarter. That'd be pretty cool. What is the best wallet I currently recommend for pulsechain, Android, and desktop? I'm not gonna lie, I do choose ZKX wallet, but Internet Money wallet is out there. Totally valid, pretty good. Those are your big two options right now, internetmoney.io or zkxwallet.com. Jacob says, definitely keep you doing you, bro. Thank you. Jacob says, LOL. Tommy, 69, Hex Island, 125 million for the Epstein Island. We are not buying Epstein Island. Boys, we could be buying any other island. You want to buy Epstein Island? Come on now. Come on now, boys. Come on. Have some class. Super Duper Artichoke is back. How do I have so much time to stream, make content, and be active in my community? What's the full-time job? Perhaps this is the full-time job. Perhaps I need your support. Super Duper Artichoke. Hence why I sell things. Let me take a look for you. If you want to support the channel, one-of-a-kind, limited edition, seed word storage cards. This is how we fight the war on crypto. Shameless self-promotion here. You got an etching engraving pen with it, along with a stencil, and you could write your seed words down. This is how you fight the silent war on crypto, the peaceful revolution. I do love all the super chats. Oh, shit, we got a $50 super chat. Oh, that was from Hex Wizard yesterday. Thank you so much. But no, the thing about super chats is that YouTube takes 40% of it. So if you want to directly support and also get something out of it, these got bulk discounts, good onboarding tools, and you're not just giving 40% of your money to YouTube. Super chats are still great. I love them, but figured I'd have something to sell that gets you outside of the system. It's more of a peer-to-peer, directly without the middleman. Michael Lamont says, hitting rewind. Wish I missed the party for the last 4 years. Just joining the party now, jammy bastards. Can you imagine, Michael Lamont? Like, you're just in a coma. You're on your way to Mars. You wake up on Mars and Hex is $1. But you were cryogenically frozen. Theo Vaughn says, Hex Wizard. Turk Montana says, when the fuck is this shit going up? The golden question, Turk Montana. The golden question. I think we could see before the end of the year, but I want you to know that I could be very much wrong. I see the perfect storm. I see Tom Lee. He's almost at his 5%. Now, Tom Lee getting to 5% of Ethereum is not in itself the reason that things are going to pump, but it is symbolic of the institutions packing their bags. You see what I mean? Tom Lee, he's just one guy. Yes, he's got a big fund. He worked 15 years at JP Morgan, chief equity strategist. I think he knows what he's talking about. And he's got, what's the ticker for his company? BMNR is getting listed on the Russell indexes. It already is. Sharplink Gaming is getting listed on the Russell indexes. All this stuff is happening so fast. But I think this 5% mark is symbolic of they've packed their bags. They're ready to go. Launch the Clarity Act. Release the pleb marketing. Tell everybody and their mother to get their 401k into crypto. I think that's what happens. KD says, thanks, Coffee, for streaming and spreading the word in our ecosystem. Thank you. Kane Carlton, everybody liked the stream. Thank you, Kane Carlton. Kane Carlton says, highly recommend the seed phrase card, most affordable and custom option on the market. Yeah, I see people selling these with all the other stuff for like $40. So these with the stencil and pen are $30. Plus, if you get 2 or 3 of them, it comes down to like $20 each. Q4, we need to start climbing. Yes, we do. Q4, we could easily start climbing. Everybody's doing maximum Trump propaganda right now. And look, was Trump coin probably pretty scammy? Yeah, it was. But I also put personal responsibility on everybody. Like, this is old news. Trump pump and dumped a meme coin a year and a half ago. And just now you're telling me that all these people, his financials, they just came out. How convenient, right around midterms. So when I go into Twitter and I click the search button and I click on whatever's in the middle and I click on the cryptocurrency topic, I just can't get it out of my feed these days. It's like, Orange Man bad, Orange Man bad. Like, yeah, Orange Man has been scamming his whole life. Like, what else is new? It just feels very timely. Feels very timely. Where do I even store pulsechain coins at? I connected my MetaMask to Trezor, but the only coin that would show up is PLS. That's the shitty thing about MetaMask, man. Unfortunately, MetaMask, that's why we use like zkxwallet.com. They don't automatically recognize your pulsechain coins. It'd be really nice if they did. If anybody from MetaMask is watching, come on, guys, just list it already. And stop running those predatory ads, for the love of God. But you can manually, one by one, you can click the 3-dot menu. You can click import token. You can select pulsechain. And then you can copy and paste the contract address of each coin individually into your wallet. Or even better, you can just go to pulsex.com. Go, in the little trading interface where it says like PLSX. Here, I'll show you right now. Follow along with me on the screen. It's a really easy way. So if you don't see your coins in your wallet on MetaMask, I like this because it even puts the little token logo in there. But you see how there's a little copy button right here? Well, once your wallet is connected, there's actually going to be a little MetaMask icon right there too. And you would just click that MetaMask icon and it'll add the token directly to your wallet. With the logo, with your balance and everything. Have I looked into the Parity Act yet? No, not since yesterday. Let's ask AI. What is the Parity Act? The Digital Asset Parity Act is a U.S. bill focused on modernizing how cryptocurrencies are taxed. It has not become law. It stands for digital asset protection, accountability, regulation, enforcement, taxation, and yields. Don't you just love acronyms? Don't you love them? Creating clearer tax rules for digital assets, introducing de minimis exemption. So small crypto purchases like buying coffee with crypto, wouldn't trigger capital gains tax. I like what I'm hearing. Clarifying the tax treatment of staking, mining, lending, and other DeFi activities. Establishing rules for regulated payment stablecoins and aligning tax treatment more closely with traditional financial assets where appropriate. Providing analogous rules for digital assets. That's a different one called the PAR Act, which is narrower. It would extend certain tax safe harbors. Interesting. Does that mean like offshore accounts and stuff like that? Allow crypto lending in certain cases without creating an immediate taxable event. Well, that sounds like it's inevitable that we already have crypto lending, so the current laws should match the existing laws that you're not taxed on a loan. Permit eligible crypto dealers and traders to use mark-to-market accounting. I don't actually know what that means. I'll have to go look that up. If you're a long-term crypto investor, the Parity Act is generally aimed at reducing tax friction and making crypto taxation more consistent and predictable. Sounds all right. Zeos hate decentralization. It's inevitable. Decentralization's inevitable. Pulsechain is easier to add coins to MetaMask. That's right, Hex Wizard. That's what I just showed right here on the screen here. Lad Lewis, hello. Acid Thunder says Pateus is good for that too. Yeah, Pateus, right? So let's go to Pateus, app.pateus.io. Right here, the three-dot menu, you click Add to Wallet, and it's going to pop up your wallet, pop up the logo, and add all that good stuff. Let me move this over here. Oops. You see that three-dot menu right here? Boom. See where it says Add to Wallet right there? That's how I like to add my stuff to MetaMask too. So good call out. Definitely a good call out. The FIB puller says, yes, I did that with ProveX and it never even showed up to my Trezor connected wallet with MetaMask. What's the plan with PLS? What is the plan? The plan is pump it. We're out here trying to pump it, boys. Guys, I really got to go to the urination station, if you know what I mean. I got to pee, brothers. I got to pee real bad. Good evening, crypto and everyone. Hello. Oh, he said on Solana. Want to check on it? Let's see. I didn't even make this coin. Somebody gave me the creator fees for it. What is it? PLS. Hey, a little pump. Somebody pumped it today. Somebody pumped it. The degen's on Solana. Good lord. Well, we bonded. We bonded one time when I was AFK. And it looks like somebody thought that because I'm streaming, it would be worth buying or something. I don't know. 8,000 market cap, boys. 8,000 market cap. Wow, remarkable. Hit bathroom coffee, all good. Yeah, I'm like shaking my leg right now. I gotta pee, guys. Entertain yourselves in the chat. Give me like 30. Give me 90 seconds. Back. I have arrived. Don't worry, don't worry. Win Michigan meetup. It's gonna be in like a week. About a week, I think. Ooh, I feel better, boys. Got the world's smallest bladder, apparently. I was drinking a lot of kombucha at the gym. Little booch at the gym. A little booch never hurt nobody. All right, let me scroll up. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Super duper artichoke. So the question is staking income, or is it like agriculture where you have apple seeds, you plant them for the future, you make more apples? I would think that Hex would be treated more like a commodity like that. But isn't there something like if you are staked, you have 5 years to report the gains? I mean, for doing almost no work at all. Like, think about an apple tree, right? You have to dig up the land, you have to plant the seeds. Let's be honest, staking is not that hard. You just click a button. So we'll see what the lawyers and the people think in government. I would guess that government might like the agriculture metaphor because they're pretty old school, but I don't know. Hex Wizard said my eyes are turning yellow. Like a cat, baby. Agriculture isn't taxed on when the apples and seeds are made. They're taxed on sale. But staking is taxed as soon as you unstake, and the yield is taxed at the moment you get your coins. Yeah, but wasn't there there was that one law, wasn't it the Parity Act that I just read, where it would give you 5 years? He said, don't do an RG3. What is an RG3? So what coins are we buying this week, boys and girls? Well, I just bought $50 of Pulse today. Might buy some Peacock and some Top Hat with that. Maybe that'll just be a meme coin buy. My utility coins are Hex and Pulse X, but my meme coins, there is an infinite number of meme coins on pulsechain. I like Peacock because I'm pretty sure that Liberty Swap is going to pump it with all the fees they've been earning. I mean, just look at how well it stood up next to Pulse. Pulse dropped 90%. Peacock stayed at 1 penny. So they're doing everything they can in the bear market just to maintain the price where it's at. You know, eating up all the weak hands and stuff. I've got a pretty big bag of that, and that's why a lot of Top Hat is also tied in liquidity to Peacock. Like, half of all the liquidity of Top Hat is tied to Peacock for a reason. That's why I did it. Hans says 7. Super duper artichoke, great name. Where's Waldo? Do you think he ran when he got up? I walked briskly. All our man fam says, with Hex stakes, you mint new supply from nothing. That's different from a CD where you already have your interest and waiting for the bank. That is true. You destroy all your coins when you burn them. When you start mining Hex, you burn all the Hex. When you mint it back, it's all technically fresh, brand new coins that have never existed before. Tell us what's planned for PLS on Solana. I'll help you push it up a little bit. I don't really have too much of a plan right now, dude. It's like, at least Solana has a little bit of a presence on Pump Fun, I guess. And we got a little bit of a recovery bounce. I'll just keep collecting those creator fees and keep feeding it back to Top Hat holders on pulsechain. That was my only plan so far. Like, my only plan is to pillage back to Pulse like a pirate. Look, boys, we're crypto pirates. We got to pillage. We got to explore new lands. We got to take what's ours. We got to bring it back home. We got to find the treasure. But I like that green candle. That green candle looks real nice. Like, what do you want? A big grand plan for a meme coin I didn't even make? Come on. Come on now. When I mint my supply, I'm effectively diluting myself. I guess you're right. Kane Carlton says, come on, coffee. Amazon drivers pissing a bottle in their van. Step up my game. You know what, Carlton? I thought about it. I thought, you know how easy it would be just to take this cup right here, finish what I got, and just pee in it? I could chug the rest of this water, and I could just pee it right back out. But I like to think I've got a little more class. You guys deserve better. Not that you would know. I would just be peeing under the table right here. Oh, don't you just love it? Thursday conversations, boys. As an Amazon driver, I can't confirm this. My cousin drives for UPS, or he did it last year at least. Pretty decent money for a younger kid. Amazon driver's not the worst gig in the world either. I mean, it's a lot of sitting. I got a buddy that works at the Amazon factory. He just got a promotion actually. Now he's like a manager of what is it? International developments, like going to different new cities and different countries and implementing warehouses and stuff. Say what you want about Amazon. They employ a lot of people. I hope the work conditions are not that terrible, but people talk shit. It's hard as a driver. Like, you need to make sure you stretch every hour or two. If you get out of the car, do some squats, get back in the car. It's tough, dude. Driving a long time is not easy on the body. Armpatal Singh, hello, Coffee. Do I use Discord? I'm on Discord a little bit, but almost never. Like, barely ever use Discord. If you think you're talking to me on Discord, you're probably not. So really be careful out there. Hex Wizard says, am I drinking that mushroom coffee? I've been seeing ads all over Facebook. I used to drink that. It was called Four Sigmatic coffee mixed with a little bit of mushrooms. Supposedly it takes the edge off. Little lion's mane, little reishi, little coffee. I love that stuff. It's just, to be honest, it's a little pricey. And right now I'm not in a state to just be splurging money on stuff I don't need. So I take my free coffee from the office because they make coffee here every day. And then at home, I got instant coffee. And I go coconut water, coconut milk, instant coffee. Instantly a good day. It's a tasty little treat. Obviously, bulk buys. Costco bulk buys. Hex, interest from my stakes or new supply. How would those be considered gains? Look, man, you can argue with tax lawyers. I haven't sold in so long. It's like, I don't know. It doesn't concern me right now. I'll hire a tax guy in a year or two whenever I sell. Hopefully it's a year or two. That'd be nice. 2027, 2028. Now, in the overall macro economy, I really do think we have multiple more good years of this bubble. This AI bubble is bigger than everyone thinks. The ICOs, I don't think are actually going to pop it. They're going to deflate it a little bit, but we're going to grow our way out because it's a new paradigm. We've never existed in this AI world before. It's like the internet age. And perhaps the crypto crash that happened now was akin to the 2001 dot-com bubble, where it did take 3, 4, 5, 6 years for the real value companies to actually dissociate and decouple from all the pets.coms, right? I used to think that comparison was ridiculous. I used to think, oh no, it's not the dot-com bubble. It's totally different this time. Because I was looking at how long it took the dot-com bubble to recover. I'm thinking, shoot, maybe it is. Maybe it is. It's the great altcoin depression. And not every altcoin's getting back up. A lot of them are dead by the wayside. A lot of them have died. L2s. Venture capital coins that raised $100 million that have 0 users and 0 utility are actually considered dead. Tell us about Pulse on Solana. Where are you streaming else? I'm not streaming anywhere else. What do you mean? I'm streaming on Facebook, YouTube, X. I'm multi-streaming to like 4 or 5 platforms right now. Maybe Pump Fund if it actually went through this time, but Pump Fund's been messing up for me. The issue is that it forces you to sell, so if you staked max length and doubled or tripled your amount of principal coins, that's not good for the chart. What are you talking about? Is there going to be endorsing for it? Bro, what the heck do you mean, endorsing? What do you mean? What is this weird terminology? It's weird. Am I endorsing something? No, I don't give financial advice, bro. You know that's illegal. I buy Pulse, I buy PulseX, I buy Hex. So what? Even if I do endorse something, what? I've got 50K followers on X. I've got 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. If that's all the analysis you're doing before aping into a coin, just stop what you're doing. Try something else. Try something else, please. Look at yourself in the mirror. Super Duper Artichoke that says that means 50% of your coins must be sold on the market instantly. What are we talking about? Super Duper Artichoke, I think I'm lost on the conversation here. MD Kausar says, how am I? What's up with Maria? Know anything? You're not going to like this, but I think Maria is simply a LARP. And a lot of you guys have been had. But people are going to keep playing the game. People are going to continue to have been had. Meaning the number may still go up. Four Sigmatic gets pricey, yes. Do I still take any supplements? Yeah, right now I'm taking magnesium before bed. Quercetin, which is anti-inflammatory. Sometimes a little zinc if I feel like maybe I'm getting sick. I don't really get sick anymore. I think it's because of the zinc. Oh, taurine. I got powdered taurine, dude. I've just been blasting taurine. I got like 6 grams. I'll take 6 grams of taurine at a time. And it really just chills out the coffee anxiety. It just mellows you out. It's good for the heart, apparently. That's why they put taurine in energy drinks. I think it takes the edge off better than... I do take L-theanine, too. So a little coffee, a little taurine, a little L-theanine. It's the magic potion, bros. And then a little leg day. A couple squats. I tried a copper supplement. I couldn't really feel a difference or not. I heard copper is like a supplement that people don't get enough of. I tried iodine. I don't really feel much of a difference. I used to take a lot more supplements than I currently do. I think a lot of basic food, rice and beans and chicken, that gets you a lot of nutrients. I mean, obviously eat some fruits and vegetables. I like bananas, avocados. I mean, coconuts. A coconut's a beautiful fruit. Coconut water, coconut milk, shrimp salad, shrimp scampi, shrimp gumbo, shrimp on the Barbie. And yeah, I guess that's about it. What are you talking about, armpit? Israel for pulsechain says a global economic shrinkage of 13% preceded the Great Depression. Well, fuck. Economists are now forecasting a shrinking global economy by 2026. May be tough to find buyers for a long time. Doubt it. Doubt it. We have safeguards in place against the Great Depression. And economists are always wrong. Who are these economists? We need to be specific. Economists? What, like one guy with a Substack or a couple of guys that wrote papers? Economists haven't done anything in the real world. They are notoriously wrong all the freaking time. I'm so tired of this economists. Israel says, focus on potassium and sodium ratio. Interesting. That's why bananas are good, right? Good potassium. 12 to 1 is great, but our ancestors had more like 30 to 1. Potassium to sodium. Interesting. So we're getting too much sodium chloride, too much salt. Have a banana or two, my friends. Have a banana or two. I had one banana today. Do you guys want to know the number one product at a grocery store? Every year, the number one product that gets sold at a grocery store is bananas. What does that tell you? Fight as you may against your DNA. We are all but chimps. We are all but monkeys. Extra Crypto says Turk Builder. Fish Cracker says don't forget dead hangs every day. Good for your shoulder and spine. Oh yeah, dude, that's what I was saying. $30 pull-up bar. Just right above the door there. Feels so good. Just stretches it all out. Your back cracks. Twist around a little bit. Do a couple pull-ups. If you can't do 10 pull-ups, try to do 10 pull-ups. Maintains grip strength as well. Yes. Studies show good grip strength equates with good longevity. Yes, it does. They also did these studies with like these 70-year-old people that were having a hard time walking. And they put them through actual anaerobic exercise. Like they made them max out their squats, max out their bench. These are like 70-year-olds, by the way. And basically it worked. Basically they got younger. They got, not younger, but they were able to walk again. They didn't need the cane anymore. So we treat these old people as if they're so frail when really what they need to be doing is maxing out their dang squats. It does feel good. I just did some leg press. It feels really good. I promise you guys, if you're afraid of the gym, just go. You'll feel better. If staking yield is taxed the moment you unstake at fair market value, that means 50% of your coins yield has to be sold on the market the instant you unstake, which hurts the chart, even if you defer. Well, that would be pretty GHEY. Alistair McLeod. All right. So one guy. No matter where you are in the world, you will always find a doom and gloom economist. You will always find the guy like Dollar Vigilante. He's an anarchist, right? Very popular YouTube channel. He's been screaming for the world to end. There are always these people, and just there are always these optimists. You could always watch a crypto coffee, or you could always watch a Dollar Vigilante. Perma bulls and perma bears. They both give views, and they appeal to a different tendency of people, but the world has been in catastrophe. The world's been ending for centuries, bros. The world's been ending for multiple centuries. In fact, probably since the dawn of time, people felt that the world was ending. One of the oldest cuneiform tablets that they found in ancient Sumeria, the Fertile Crescent, you know, the birthplace of civilization. One of the tablets said it was complaining that everybody wants to be a writer now. Everybody wants to write a book. Oh, the world is ending. Woe is me. What has the world come to? Everybody thinks they can write a book now. Now it's like, doesn't that remind you of the exact same situation as today? They also found like a joke about like people being dogs or something. People have not changed. Human nature, it's funny, has not changed in millennia. The world is always ending. The world is always at the brink of apocalypse, and yet we still find a way through. Kane Carlton says, I coach boxing, and I noticed that grip strength has a big impact on punching power. Nice. I wonder what my grip strength is. I wonder how to measure that. Do you have like a machine that measures that? Because I've got one of those like grippy things to work out your hands and stuff, but I don't know how to measure. Israel says, I hope everyone's wrong about strategic oil reserves, because if we can't get diesel, Western civilization will end as we know it. Brother, everything is going to be okay, I promise. I have this feeling, and it's more than a feeling, like there is enough oil in the world. The USA could be self-sustaining in oil, but because of the deals that we're getting, because of the global trade bargains, Strait of Hormuz and everything, like that's just what we're used to. But if we had to get scrappy, we could go to Venezuela, we can go to Alaska, we can go to Texas, we got our own pipelines. A lot of the fear, I believe, is manufactured on all sides of it. A lot of propaganda, it's fear porn because it sells. It gets you to click. The fear gets monetized. It's true. Let's see here. The fear gets... My uncle is the hub for distributing pulsechain tablets in the Midwest, Illinois. Oh, cool. I think I was going to go there and pick some up. A grip dynameter, go to a PT clinic. Okay. Where's the hub in the Midwest, Illinois? Let's take a look. Let's go look up R.S. Griffin Foundation. .org. I think it's .org, right? Nope. .com. RS Griffin Foundation. Let me just look up RS Griffin Foundation. rsgfoundation.org, my bad. So in Illinois, we got Green Valley, Illinois. Chief Scott Terrell. That's your uncle. Cool. A little far from Chicago, but we'll see what we can do. How many tablets does each hub get? I think it gets like a whole pallet full, at least. Eddie says, who's going to show some support today? Let's make this interesting again. Yeah, all right. You guys have been showing support. I'm gonna do a poll here. Do you still believe in pulsechain? Yes or no? %, of American refineries are set up to refine sour crude. It would take years to adjust. I mean, it would take years to adjust. I don't know, man. I think the world is too interdependent, but there could be some, we got to prepare for the potential of, there could be some geopolitical event where there's a big oil scare. Super Duper Artichoke says, are they already shipping them to people or are they just being sent to hubs right now? Are all 1 million allocated? It's funny, there's more than a million. There's like 2 million. Or really, I think there's 1.8 million. And so far, I think about 150 to 200,000 have been distributed. The bottleneck is the distribution, right? That's why they're getting shipped out to different areas, because we need to get rid of them, but we need to get them in the hands of the right people. Yo, 20 Crypto Coffee memberships. Holy crap, Hex Wizard. Oh my God, what are you doing? Dude, that's amazing. Holy crap, did you really just give away? Wow. Wow. The whole chat is full of Crypto Coffee memberships. Dude. Thank you. Dude, that's amazing. Thank you. Oh my God, are we going to have this keep going off? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, 85% of people watching still believe in pulsechain. Hey, that's okay. Dude, oh my God. Oh my God, is this... Dang it, Hex Wizard. We're going to be dinging off the hook for the next 5 minutes now, I guess. Oh, I was like, oh, maybe it stopped. Damn. Well, we've got 50 memberships to go through. 50 memberships. Oh, no, 20. It's only 20. All right, we got to ding 20 more times. That's what, 6, 7? 6 or 7? LOL. Holy crap, boys. Well, maybe I should go play some music while this is going on. Let's see here. Is the black hole working? Let's see. Let's see here. MacBook Pro speakers, black hole. Let's go find some YouTube music. Is it coming out? There it is. We got a little music going on. I didn't know it was gonna ding us to death. Yeah, bro, it's gotta ding us for all 20 of them. I've never had anybody do that. I've never had anybody do 20 gifted memberships in a row. That's insane. It's awesome. Very generous of you, Hex Wizard. I mean, what is that, like 80 bucks? Jeez. Jeez Louise, man. Well, welcome all 20 new members. Welcome. It's so funny, man. People think they can hate. Like 80 bucks? Jeez. Let's see here. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, we probably have like maybe like a few more left. Maybe I'll put my headphones in right for this one. Let me just put my headphones in so I can hear you guys. I got the corded headphones. Do you guys like corded headphones or do you prefer AirPods, Bluetooth? Let's see, Rode, and there we go. All right, let me know if you can hear me. Is that Ski Cat? No, but it sure feels like it, doesn't it? Hey, cheers, everybody. Cheers, everybody. Ski Cat used to do that on Hexologist Twitch. I know. Check out Sane Pepsi. He's a great album called Hit Vibes. It's an EDM subgenre called Future Funk. My buddy's an EDM producer. He's a genre called Future Bass. There's so many subgenres of EDM nowadays. It's like, man, can't keep up. Saint Pepsi. Funny name. Cheers. Thank you, Hex Wizard. Much appreciated, brother. My username proves I still believe in pulsechain. We will win. That's right, Eddie Pulsechain. Eddie Pulsechain, I'm here with you on this ride. I know it sucks. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I thought we'd only be in it for another 3 years of pain, but it's been 5 instead. But you know what? Was it really all pain? Because in 2024, as far as I remember, it wasn't all pain. We had a pretty okay year in 2024. Not everybody, but I remember rolling some gains into Most Token, making a lot of money there. That was like my big win because I was like, no way Richard Hart launched a meme coin. No freaking way. Then he launched one. I guess I got lucky. Right place at the right time. I said to everybody, look, I just bought Most Token. Some people, they were disgusted by it. They couldn't get over it. I was just like, nope. Richard Hart, meme coin, whatever, aura farming. And then I had a pretty okay chunk of change from that. So we got to count our little wins along the way. We're not always, it hasn't been 5 years of straight pain. Hopefully you guys have had some wins. If not in crypto, maybe some wins in real life. None of this crypto stuff is very real. Man, isn't it crazy how we live rent-free in so many people's minds? We triggered them. There are people out there that go to bed thinking about how angry they are at some guy on the internet, blaming them for every problem in their life. It's gonna be alright, boys. I really want the best for everyone, genuinely. I want the best for us. But you gotta love yourself first. You gotta be nice to yourself. And also take personal responsibility. That's the hardest part. But once you take full sovereignty for your actions, I don't think you have nothing left to lose. I lost 99% of my net worth again, a second time. It's like, I got nothing to lose. I could lose it all, as long as I'm still alive. I'll find a way. We'll all find a way. Don't stop believing, boys. If you want to go gamble like a degenerate, go ahead. We need you gone. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. 372 viewers. Oh, look at that, a little green candle on the fake pulsechain chart. Let's see. Creator fees, how are those going? Creator fees. How much more can I bridge back to pulsechain? Huh. 20 bucks. Wow, 20 bucks. I'm rich. Okay, he can hear me good. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Loud and clear, says Fish Cracker. We're in this, guys. We're in this. Wherever you are right now. Pulsechain, represent. The only true believers left in crypto. Think about it. Nobody believes in anything. Nobody has the balls to believe in anything. Because it went down for too long. They gave up. They cried. 5 years is too long. Okay. You know, you've probably been working at a job you hate for 5 years. You should be more angry at that. People do stuff they don't like for much longer than 5 years. But the craziest thing about crypto is that you don't have to do anything at all. You could buy it, forget about it, and that's what worked out for the Bitcoin holders, right? They bought it, they forgot about it. And if they woke up 10 years later, they were rich. But most people didn't do that. They woke up and they ruminated. They ruminated every single day about the price on the daily chart, the weekly chart. They ruminated about the cycle. They ruminated about some guy on YouTube giving technical analysis, Tone Bays, about the Bitcoin block size wars, about Roger Ver. They said, Roger Ver, I hate you. How dare you make Bitcoin cash? And it just came and went. And history doesn't care. Time kept going forward. Time just kept going, and the people that didn't give up were the people that won. So yeah, I think we're going to be all right. 5 years, try 35. At least you got a sense of humor about it. Let's get this poop coin off the screen, huh? So guys, if you have any questions for me, I'm all yours. We're just hanging out. We're hanging out. How we doing? What's been new in your lives? What's been new? I know that guy Freedom777, he's got like 2 cute little babies. I love seeing him online. This is a Pulsechain community member. He's like, fuck it, I'm a dad now. This is the most rewarding thing of all time. And God bless him, man. He's got 2 beautiful children and a wife. He's just living life. I heard Matty Allen had a kid. Insane. Life goes on. You don't want to put your life on hold for something that you're just buying and holding. You buy and hold so that you don't have to put your life on hold. Right? You buy and hold so that you can go do the thing that you want to do. It doesn't have to be crypto even. It doesn't have to be meme coin chasing. I know there's a lot of younger guys out there. I still get distracted. I run into people. People are distracting. People think, oh, hey, we can work together. We can do this crazy cool thing. Hey, look over here. Let's go make an AI company. Let's go make a meme coin. Let's go do something. And these days, I'm just like, you know what, bro? I know where this leads. I'm going to keep doing the thing I've been doing. One track mind, retard maxing, long-term vision, crypto investing. Taking the people to Valhalla. That's what we're here for. The glory, the win. The win's going to be greater than any monetary feeling because it'd be like you know what you're capable of. You know what you have inside of you. You become in touch with yourself, who you are. The fact that you didn't give up when you dropped 99%. Most people would have, most people have. And they'll come chasing back to buy the top. If it happens. It might not all happen. But it reminds me of that Fight Club quote, losing all hope was freedom. The markets crushed me. I'm thankful the markets crushed me. Good. Good. I'm at rock bottom again. It's like 2018 again, except I'm just a little bit richer than last time. Rich enough to be able to eat rice and beans and make freaking YouTube videos for you guys. That's it. Let's see what we're made of. Let's see what we're freaking made of, boys. Effortless says, I'm as mad as a box of frogs. So nothing really phases me. Does that mean mad as in crazy mad? Just continue to work my business. Fully believe eventually we'll make it exponentially more than we ever thought possible. 5 years wrecked, but only temporally. Temporally, very good word. See. Oh, you said temporary. Temporary, temporally. Time is the one thing we all have in common. But when you're doing something you love, time does slow down and speed by. It loses meaning. When it pumps, it will pump. Hopefully soon. Eric Woods says, much love, coffee, always educating and being a positive influence. Thank you, Eric Woods. Firecracker says, on a couple of your metal seedward storage, it's great. Just hard to read what you etch on it. If it was dark colored, it'd be easier to read. That's good feedback, brother. Maybe for the next couple of, maybe I'll have to get stamps. See, the other option was get a hammer, sell a mallet with a stamping kit, but I'd have to raise the price like $20 more. I tried to go with the cheaper option, but, maybe if I can make it darker colored, yeah. Maybe, I got it. These come in titanium. These come in like 4 different materials. Maybe if I print them on a different material next time. Because this is stainless steel, which is rust proof, but titanium is a bit more expensive, although it might engrave nicer. Fish Cracker, thank you for the metal seed, thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the feedback. We're getting rich in slow motion, that's right, Hex Wizard. Pre-rich, rich in slow motion. 387 viewers, thank you. Smash the like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I'm trying to read everything I can from X to YouTube. It's gonna be alright. It is gonna be alright, boys. Let's take a look at Twitter, shall we? Come on, haters. Where you at? Oh, we got no haters. We just got people genuinely curious. Somebody asked me, so what are my thoughts on ProveX? Smaller market cap, get rid of middlemen. If gains adoption, especially mass adoption, could 1000x be at 4 cents and more? I gotta agree with you. Definitely shaking out less people quicker. Now, when I say less people, I mean more of the total, because there was obviously far less participants in the ProveX sacrifice. Everybody was outraged. How dare he raise more money at the bottom of a bear market? But what you get is the antithesis of the pulsechain, which had too many, fast money chasing the hype guys, investing into it. ProveX at the low, interesting project. Depends on RH making actual utility for it. So how we doing? Why do I think Richard Hart has not made an appearance? Hex was absolutely a personality-driven token, which Richard Hart took the initiative in 2020, started promoting, but then abandoned after. So first of all, not all of his legals are resolved. Here's what I really think. I think Richard Hart tried to explain to people why Hex was cool. I think he worked really hard to try to make Hex an interesting design. And he tried to explain it to people, and some people, when they saw that, they said, oh, this guy, he built something really cool, and I like what he built. Hex, very interesting. Oh, and he's also really good at explaining what it is, too. He's very articulate, he sounds very smart. Of course, the personality was part of it. But some people got into Hex for what it was, in addition to the man that built it. Some people got into Hex only because they saw a guy on the screen talking about something and believing in himself. And for some people that don't believe in anything at all, including themselves, they just want to see other people believing in themselves. Because by proxy, it allows them to not only feel some of that belief, but also blame you when it goes wrong. It relieves them of responsibility. That's what it does. But the people that are still here are hardcore because they voted with their actions. They're locked in for years because they chose to press the button. They chose to press the button. I don't know if Richard Hart ever realized that his cult of personality would become bigger than the product, and maybe the reason that, first of all, he has an Interpol red notice on him. None of you guys, none of us have ever had an Interpol red notice. Okay? None of us. So, you can't talk about a guy that's got an Interpol freaking red notice and say, oh, if I was him, I'd be streaming. Yeah, you might also be going to jail. But you're not, because you never started anything. So, I'm going to give him a break on that. I'm going to give him a break on that. Because if your lawyers were telling you not to stream because anything you say will be used against you, and you could end up like Andrew Tate going to jail, I'd weigh my odds there. But now maybe this all ends up being for the best in the end, because maybe you appear weak when you're actually strong. Maybe you save all your energy, you power up. You know, Dragon Ball Z, you let your power levels rise and rise until eventually all your shit gets cleared. Because it's not all cleared. There's an Interpol red freaking notice, boys. What do people not understand about an Interpol red notice? Like, oh yeah, it's easy to talk shit. If I was him, I would do this. Then go do it. Go be the Richard Hart. Go be the next one. Go get a throne. Go be the change you wish to see. You want a guy streaming about Hex? Talking confidently? Whip up your freaking iPhone, dude. No, you want someone else to do all the work for you. Fishcracker says, I have a shine a light at the good angle on the card to see the words, but yes, darker it'll be easier. Yeah. Good feedback. Yeah, so these cards, I guess, you gotta really etch them in there. Hopefully, you know, it stays in there better than a pen and paper. But I appreciate, you know, people don't give feedback. People don't give constructive criticism enough. I do appreciate that. Seedward cards are great for dicing up cocaine, he says. JK. Yeah. Pulsechain seedward cards. Dual purpose. Writing your seedwords down and, well, I think you know the second part. Thank you, Hex Wizard. Thank you. Interpol exists to extort. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's why you have to plan your moves carefully. If you start revealing where you're at, talking more and more, maybe you piss some people off in whatever country you're in. Maybe if you're not laying low, maybe somebody rats you out. Maybe somebody says, here he is. It's something that none of us have experiences with. Hey, Liberty Swap just finished updating Liberty v3 UI to ensure all data is accurate. Thank you, guys. There was an issue with some of the APYs on the screen. They say, well, our core development team focuses on the new on and off ramp, railgun integration, and the Liberty perp contracts. We started a complete UI UX overhaul of all of our products. Liquidity providers on Liberty v3 are going to have a great time as yields and trading volume continue to grow. Pep in my step. There you go. Yeah, Tony Montana style. That's right, Enzo. Now look, it's interesting. If we think that Hex won't pump unless Richard comes back, maybe I'll FUD my own bags. Let's say Richard never comes back. Assume Richard never comes back and ask yourself if you still want to hold these coins. Really do that right now. And if you think he's not coming back, dump him and come back 10x higher. For real. That might not feel good to hear. Hey, who's the Ohio hub pimp? Boom, I know that handsome man. Let's see. Let's take a look at Ohio. Hamilton, Ohio. Hex Wizard! I didn't know it was you. Are you kidding me? I didn't know it was you, Hex Wizard. The Ohio man. Hell yeah. That's funny. Hex Wizard's a real team player, huh? God damn, dude. There's like at least 1,000 of us Hexicans that are so crazy that actually like put in the work. That's what grassroots is, man. Let me ask you this. How many people do you think Robinhood Chain has working for it? Robinhood's a big company, right? Let's look it up. How many Robinhood employees? Robinhood has 2,900 full-time employees. Now, who do you think of that is tech support, compliance, hates their fucking job, thinks about quitting every day? Now, how many Robinhood employees are in crypto? So this Corpo Slop chain, this Robinhood chain with the centralized sequencer, copy paste of Arbitrum. Well, it says about 10% of the company before recent layoffs was involved in the crypto business unit. Meaning, Robinhood has hired less than 300 people to maintain and give a shit about the Robinhood chain. And they're on a full-time salary. That's the interesting thing, right? When you put somebody on a salary to care about something, they only care as long as their salary keeps writing them checks. Be honest, whatever company you work for right now, if they stopped handing you a check, would you go out there and would you be their number one fan? Would you be a proponent of, I don't know, what's a company out there? Dickhead Financial? You're working at Dickhead Financial. They're paying you $200K a year. They stop paying you. Do you still like them? No, you don't care about them. Hell, you could work at Google, getting stock options. Okay, I got stock now. Technically, I'm a part owner of the company, right? Now, that's not really how stock works, but in theory, you want your stock to go up, you should be a big fan of Google. But I know for a fact that a lot of people that work at Google talk shit about Google the whole time they work there. They complain about the working conditions. It's like the best white-collar job you can have. If they stopped getting the paycheck, they would not care or say anything nice about Google at all. Contrary to their own investment. It's funny, people do this in crypto too. They trash talk their own investment. But the fact that we've got thousands of people that are self-reinforced only by the weight of their own bags. They're motivated by the money they put in and the weight of their own bags and the sense of personal responsibility that they have. It's really an enigma. They should study this in history books. It's a psychological phenomenon. Academaciated. I love that word. I love that name. Academaciated. I take it you feel chewed up and spit out by the academic system. Toledo native, welcome. Welcome to the stream, brother. Far Out Alien says, like my ex-CPA Steve Colin. Richard Hart isn't coming back. I'm selling the rest of my stack and we'll revisit later this year. Well, okay. Come on, Far Out Aliens. I know who you are. I know that's not true. But hey, if you want to do it, that's okay. I think he'll surprise some people. Let's just say that. 420 viewers. Can we get a shout out for 420 viewers? Everybody blaze it for 420 live viewers. Oh, now we got 421. Somebody needs to log off. Somebody, you need to log off. We gotta have 420. That's okay. I'll let you stay. I'll let you stay. Hey, and a little dumperoni in the fake pulse chain. Man, if live streaming made the price go up, we'd all be rich by now. But hey, Pulse is up 7% in the last 30 days. Hex is up 22% in the last 30 days. ProofX up 26%. Most likely to have found the bottom out of all the core coins, in my humble opinion. PulseX up 14%, and Ink token is up 21%. This is all in the last month. Let's appreciate the only frame of reference that is green. Because 1 week isn't green. 3 months surely isn't green, neither is 1 day, but 30 days is looking maybe okay. Maybe we'll be alright. It's 3:30, boys and girls. I cannot forget the 5 beautiful, lovely ladies watching. Thank you. Hey guys, like and subscribe. If you bought one of these cards, thank you very much. It does support the channel. Laser engraved, limited edition, stainless steel, seed word storage cards. Fight the war on crypto, take your power back, write them down. They don't want you to. They want you to give you their money so that you can go leverage trade, go do prediction markets, and limit you as to what you can buy. And oh, of course, AI surveillance, track everything you do, KYC you, look inside your pockets, see if you're doing anything naughty, which is all relative in the eyes of the surveillance state. But they also make great onboarding tools. So fight the war on crypto, boys. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. I appreciate all of you. Even the people that are hating and upset, I understand. This is a pretty messed up game. Not for the faint of heart. Pretty crazy thing that we decided to do to ourselves, but here we are. These are the decisions we made. Let's keep going. See you on the next one. Bye.